Hello, welcome to Nadiya Shah's channel. I'm Roubina Khodadin. I'm an artist, a healer and a spiritual guide. I've been invited by Nadiya, thank you Nadiya, to share with you some tools regarding Moon and Saturn conjunction, be it in your natal chart and wherever that sits in your chart, that is irrespective of the houses, be it in a Synastry chart, you and a partner, whatever type of partner, or in a transit chart, that is if Saturn happens to transit your natal moon. So let's dig right in. Moon, Saturn, in a nutshell, I would even say in a peanut shell, because I'll just give a few relevant stuff regarding to what I'll be talking in the rest of the video. So in a peanut shell, Moon is emotions, mother, and in terms of the element, water. Saturn is structure or discipline, father figure, and the element is earth. The planet has got lots of earth, lots of water, and the planet functions pretty well. In the birth chart, it doesn't function so well together unless we have learned to transcend the conflict that is potentially there. Moon wants to merge, wants to feel, wants to be fluid. Saturn pretty much doesn't want things to be all over the place, wants order. So obviously, when we see that in the chart to start with, it means generally that the person will feel this conjunction in different kind of ways. Again, I can't give you all the examples of how it might feel, but if you've got this in your chart, then you probably know how it feels for you. So just to give you a few examples, the moon person might start, the moon person in a synastry, or you yourself in the birth chart, you might feel like people don't want to listen to your feelings. You might feel like you can't even feel your emotions. You might feel like you are oversensitive. You might feel like you have got no emotions. You might feel like your relationship with your mom has been very difficult. Okay, these are just a few things, how you can feel this conjunction playing out. So, what are the remedies? Let me please first tell you that all that I share is intuitive information, so that I receive and have received in my journey, and I have experimented them, and these tools work, and have worked for me, and they're working for people that I guide in their healing journey. So the very first thing is to honor our moon. The moon, the feelings, is to honor the fact that we are allowed to feel things. It doesn't mean that we just do anything because we're feeling something. Remember, Saturn is structure and order. So it's not about going all over the place with our feelings. But it's not also repressing our feelings. Because one of the dangers of this conjunction is because Saturn is there, sort of not wanting things to kind of go overboard, sometimes we can repress our feelings, and repressing our feelings is, I would say, one of the most one of the causes of many illnesses. It was one of the causes of my illness, of the illness that I had, and it's repressing emotions is definitely not a good idea. Remember, we're made of water, and water has got the memory of the unconscious mind, the memory even of humanity. So if water isn't fluid and emotions are not fluid, then it crystallizes, and anything that crystallizes doesn't obviously give good results. So the very first thing to do is to allow ourselves to feel our emotions. If you're somebody who doesn't feel emotions, then I invite you to do the following thing. Lie down, for instance, maybe just put, this is the heart space, right? And not the organ, the heart, not the chakra, the heart, just the heart space. I talk about this in my channel, on my channel, what is this heart space and why, but just for the sake of this video, you can just put your hands here and just breathe in and out and see how you feel, and just every day, okay, how do I feel? Okay, I feel good, or I feel this, or I feel that. Sometimes you might feel sad even if you don't have any reason to be sad. And it can happen because, as I said, the body has got the memories, so it can have memories of sadness coming from childhood, and especially with Moon conjunct Saturn in the birth chart, then there could be memories from childhood. Okay, so just see how you feel every day. Secondly, once you've, let's say you've got something coming up in your life, and you just go and lie down and see how I feel. Okay, let's say I feel sad. What do I do with this feeling? So this is the second tool, is learn to express that emotion, not after somebody, but ourselves within our own self. So how do we express an emotion? If you're feeling sad, then, I don't know, put some soppy music and let the tears out. Remember, tears is water again, so we're going back to water in the body, tears, the moon. So this is how we can express the moon. So let it out. If it's anger, water is, remember, the womb, the baby, and babies, when you come out of the mother, when they are angry, they just shout. When they just shout out, don't they? So as civilized adults, we sometimes don't really do that. But I do invite you, in your own space, of course, not in face of other people, is to shout if you feel angry, to just kind of get it out of the body just as a child. Okay, so this is how we express the emotion. Another way to express your emotions is by writing, and writing, not controlling what you write. Okay, I know Saturn is there, but we will get to Saturn in a minute. We try not to control what we write, even if we're writing dirty words and horrible things. It's about releasing the emotion. So feeling, getting in touch with our feelings, feeling the emotion, expressing the emotion. And here we get to where Saturn can help us. Once we've expressed the emotions, we will kind of... before getting to Saturn, let me give you a third tool. Once we've felt, expressed, we will try nourish ourselves with whatever has been released. Let's say it's been anger that's been released from your body when you wrote down or when you moved. Let's say there was lots of anger. Then you'll try bring inside yourself some sort of the opposite of anger, some sort of softness, for instance. Or if it was, let's say you felt sadness, then you'll try bring into your body some sort of feeling of of joy, of compassion. So how do that? Again, very simple. We can put both hands here, we breathe in, and as we breathe out, we send that feeling that we want to nourish ourselves with inside the body. Breathe in and breathe out. I send this feeling of compassion or softness within me. What we've done here, we're learning to feel, express, and now nourish the emotion, nourish the part of us that has felt that is empty. Okay. Okay, I could go in length about all this. I could speak for hours, but this is not the purpose of the video. It's not a conference, so I'll try to stick to those points. And yeah, if we do get in touch direct one-to-one, then we can go further. But anyway, so we've nourished ourselves, and now Saturn comes in play. Saturn is there to create order, is a bit the father figure. Stereotypically, we could say that the father figure, whether it's a man or woman, is the one that will say, okay, yes or no, that will put boundaries. So when we have expressed our emotions and we feel back again at peace, a little bit at peace, then we can ask ourselves the question, if there was an event in our life that has provoked this emotion, then we can ask ourselves, with the strength of Saturn and the father figure within us, to say, okay, what is it that this emotion is telling me? Sometimes it can be that emotion is bringing you back to some sort of woundedness from the past, and you've just released it and that's enough. But sometimes it's something else. It's something that is linked with our daily life. It could be that maybe the space you're in is not suitable for you. It could be that the relationship you're in is maybe demands communication. So this is where we kind of we've felt the emotion, and now we are a bit more composed somehow, and we can take this earth energy and say, okay, what is it that I need to change, or what I can change, or how can I go about to change something in whatever, in my life or in my relationship. So this is how we use this Saturn energy. And remember, Saturn is also longevity. So the emotions, usually, if they can come out of the body, they can be very quick and effective, but Saturn energy is longevity. So it will require sometimes time and patience. Let's say if you are living in a place and you constantly feel that you're sad, and at some point you do realize that, okay, this place isn't suitable for me, something about this energy of this place isn't suitable for me, then you kind of plan it out of, okay, how do I go about moving? Do I really move, or can I just change something in the structure of my house to make it more joyful, for example? So using this energy of Saturn is not about changing everything in one go. It's about making steps day by day as to what we need to change and what we can change. So these are 4 simple steps. Remember that Saturn is also telling us to be somehow self-sufficient in our emotions. Doesn't mean that we can't share our pain or whatever to somebody else. It just means that for those who've got this in the natal chart, it does require us to nurture ourselves. And nurturing, one of the ways is, as I said, breathe in and send in these feelings within you. It can just be through touch, okay? Once you've released your emotion, and you can just touch to give this feeling of security, because with the moon conjunct Saturn, the security will come from inside primarily. And this is why, for instance, in a synastry, it can happen that the moon person gets very frustrated with the Saturn person because they're not getting the emotional nourishment that they require. So I'm not saying you have to stay in that kind of relationship or not. That's not my decision. But I'm just saying that this is, if you nourish yourself first, then possibly the dynamic of the relationship might change. And if you use the Saturn earth element to communicate what your emotions have told you, that is, my emotions have told me, oh, I do need to spend more time, I don't know, in nature with my partner, then you can communicate that with the Saturn person, because the Saturn person will understand this language as opposed to either anger or shutting down or overflowing emotions. So this is linked another person and yourself, or ourself with ourself. Okay, I hope this is pretty clear in terms of how to put all this in place. And on my channel I speak lengthily about this space where we can get connected to our soul, and I do give some guidance as well regarding, I do give a little guidance in terms of how to do this, etc. So do check out my channel. My channel is also about giving healing tools. I don't specifically talk about astrology on the channel, but if you know your birth chart and you know which are the aspects to work out, then do come and grab information on my channel. So subscribe to my channel, please. And if you wish a one-to-one consultation, I don't do interpretation of a full birth chart. It is not in my field of knowledge. But I do the healing sessions regarding to the difficult aspects, and I give you the tools soul to soul, because this is my gift, is I connect soul to somebody, and I can say, well, for you, you have to work that. So hope to link up with you again, and thank you for your listening, and again, thank you, Nadiya.